Whatever the muse is, it's like talking about God. What's God? I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
God is a feeling.
Yeah.
God is something that thing that keeps you inspired. It keeps the gasoline at a high octane.
Josh Brolin's reflections about God as a feeling, summoning the muse, and riding motorcycles in a spiritual sense, crackle with a kind of wild, untamed energy. There's something both rebellious and deeply introspective about his reflections. Let's peel back the layers and uncover what's at the core of what he's trying to communicate.
The kind of spiritual place. If you're a true motorcyclist, that beautiful, thunderous hum, you're in absolute sync. Here and your arms are pretty numb at that point, but you're soaring. You're an eagle on a jet stream.
Brolin's take on God as a feeling cuts straight to the ineffable nature of divinity. It's not about dogma or doctrine, but something visceral, like a thunderous motorcycle ride or the feeling of camaraderie on the road. This feeling is fleeting, yet profound. It's a pulse, a spark, a moment where ego dissolves and the world feels both infinite and intimate. But here's the cliffhanger. If God is a feeling, how do we sustain it? Can we, or is it meant to be elusive, like catching lightning in a bottle?
There actually is an effect that happens. I don't know if there's an actual muse, but you can understand why someone would think that there's a muse, because
but why do people chant? Why do people meditate? Why do people that? That's the muse, whatever the muse is.
The conversation shifts to this idea of summoning the muse and how it appears in different forms. The two go on to discuss writing, where the muse emerges not by waiting, but by showing up. Brolin's nod to the war of art underscores the discipline and creativity. The muse rewards the grind, not the whim. Yet paradoxically, the muse also feels like magic. The act of sitting down to work becomes an almost ritualistic offering, a signal to the subconscious to unlock its treasures. But here's the rub. Is the muse real, or is it just our way of rationalizing those moments of inexplicable flow?
Muse is like concept. You summon the muse when you sit down to work, but that's also just like an intention thing. Like you have so much time and effort put on a thing, and when you do that, your mind gets more in sync with creativity.
Yeah.
Is it some kind of psychological sleight of hand, or does the act of belief make it real? Maybe it doesn't matter, but one thing that matters for sure, this feeling is something that gets you away from your ego and into your mind.
It's something that gets you away from your ego, like with writing, and into your mind, into your consciousness, into like your perceptions of things and your ability to express it.
Because your ego is worried about how people are going to perceive you.
Right.
And that's not right.
The battle between ego and true expression is the soul of art. Writing, or any form of creation, isn't about how it's received, but about the raw, unfiltered process of getting it out. Yet, there's a cruel irony. Art lives to be shared. So how do we balance the purity of expression with the inevitability of judgment?
Yeah, and
writing
how,
for
you
somebody
want to
else.
look cool.
You want to look cool. People are like,
I
read that book that you wrote, man. Holy, I had no idea. You're amazing.
That's the grossest conversation ever.
Finally, after talking about egotistical cocktail parties in Hollywood, Brolin's mention of Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance ties it all together. The book suggests that the intersection of technical precision and emotional engagement leads to quality. This is the essence of the muse, the road, and even the divine feeling Brolin describes. But it begs the question, can we live in that intersection, or is it only meant to be visited? What happens when we stop chasing the muse, the feeling, or the hum of the motorcycle? Do we lose the spark, or do we find something even more profound, waiting in the stillness?